Good morning, YouTube.
Hello everybody, I'm Rockhead. Got Rockhead Jr. and Pink Rock here today. It's Sunday, so we're going to do our locally collected rocks. We got our Virginia Blue Quartz in there with the worldwide rock tumbling competition rocks. And then we're going to do our Thumbler's barrel with the other locally collected rocks. So let's get these washed out and see what we've got. Okay, so here is the contents of the Rebel Extreme barrel with the blue quartz and the worldwide rock tumbling competition rocks. Right now we'll separate the tumbling competition rocks, and we'll go over the blue quartz real quick and then the tumbling rocks. So stand by for that. Okay, so here we have the blue quartz. This is the Fairfax County version of the blue quartz, more kind of spotted and less fractured. It's different. Here's a good comparison. This is the Loudoun County blue quartz. Here's the Fairfax County blue quartz. Both are coming along nicely. This is the prettiest version of the Loudoun County blue quartz that we have. We have lots of others. Everything is starting to look really good. Not sure if we'll ever be able to get all those fractures out of there. Can you guys see that spider right there? Kind of cool. This rock right here, I just broke. So I guess we'll just throw both pieces back in the tumbler, but it's very fractured type stuff. So here's Rockhead Jr. He wants to show you something.
So I just wanted to point out some rock tumbling media. This is a piece of red and yellow jasper. It's not quite ready yet, still got some cracks. And I think this is a piece of petrified wood. It's got some chalcedony in there.
Okay. Can you guys see our spider right there? Ooh, don't bite me, spider. Okay, so next up is the competition rocks. Okay, so here's the competition rocks. Not much changes from week to week. Got some different looking rocks in here. Not sure when to move these on because they are porous, so it's hard to tell. Maybe I'll move them all on at the same time. This has still got some fractures in here. And then here's the best rock. It looks pretty good, but it still has some imperfections in it. Right there on the end. Oh, Boris the spider was just on the table. I was gonna show him to you guys one more time. Anybody out there recognize the name Boris the spider? Stand by for the Thumbler's barrel with the locally collected rocks. Okay, so here is the contents of mine and Rockhead Jr.'s favorite barrel, the locally collected rocks barrel. We found all these rocks in local creeks around here. As you can see, we've got a lot of good colors going on. So what we're going to do now is just pick out a few rocks of interest to talk about. Then after that, we'll go through and see if anything's ready to move on. Let me organize that. Okay, folks, so after a 6-hour long break, we are back at it. We're going to talk about a few rocks of interest here. This rock right here, I talked about last week. One of my favorites, with that quartz band through there. And I'm going to try to start kind of being able to show what they look like before tumble. So this was what that rock looked like before I cut it here on the inside. There's a little quartz band right through there. Here's another kind of before and after. We talked about this rock last week. Beautiful green rock with some white marks in it. This is what this rock looked like a couple of weeks ago. Also something to note is just last week I transferred from 80 grit to 3570 grit. So the 3570 grit, which I'm using now, is a lot rougher, so it should be grinding these rocks faster. But here's a before and after, kind of interesting. And here's Rockhead Jr.
This is a piece of banded quartz.
Serpentine. Or is it? So here's a rock that we put in just last week. We looked at it. We weren't sure if it was going to be good or not. It's actually starting to look pretty cool. Here's another one. We kind of talk about this weekly. This is the only rock like this I've found. It's black. And it's got the red and some yellow on there. The yellow is kind of grinding off of it. Alright, here's Rockhead Jr.
A subscriber posted a comment about this rock, and it's banded serpentine.
So we talked about this rock last week as well. I thought it might be unikite because of the green and red, but somebody said it might be sea jasper or something. I don't even know if we have sea jasper here, but we're all learning here, so we'll see what we can do. Come on, camera. There we go. And then we've got this rock here, looking pretty cool. Focus, that's a really clear and white rock. Still got a little ways to go yet. Here's Rockhead Jr.
This is a piece of quartz that's got some red and orange veins.
So here is a piece of just chalcedony. No color, no nothing. Just good old chalcedony. No I'm pretty sure this one's going to move on. Had a few little imperfections last week, but this week is looking pretty good. You got one more rock? No. All right, so last rock we're going to talk about here is the Precious, with its wraparound bands. My favorite rock so far. It's still got a little ways to go. Hopefully in this new 3570 grit, it'll move along a little quicker. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are just going to run through these rocks and see if anything is ready to move on, and we'll check back in just 1 minute. Okay, so here are the rocks that we are going to move on to the next stage, which is the Lotto Tumbler. If you enjoyed the video, folks, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. These rocks are moving on. Now, they can't all be perfect as much as we would like them to be. And here's the ones that we are adding this week. Rockhead Jr. found this in the creek with his buddies Quentin and EJ. Kind of a big rock, but it's pretty cool. What other one was yours? This one. Throwing these in there as well. And last one. Okay, folks, thanks for watching.